How I went from poker to Ayurveda is surprisingly similar. I got into professional poker because when I was in high school and college, poker was my favorite thing in the world. I loved playing poker. I told my parents that I started a band so that I could tell them I was going to band practice when I was really going to my friend's house to play poker. In college, I was skipping class to play poker with my friends. I was staying up all night to play poker. I loved poker. It was the most fun thing in the world. I've always loved competition. I've always loved strategy. I love math. I love thinking. And I love the, you think that I think that you think that I think game. And so poker is like all of those things at once, and I couldn't get enough of it. I just thought it was so fun. I thought it was so awesome. And so when I was in college, I was presented with the fact that, hey, people actually do play poker for a living. So it took a while, and at some point in time, I realized that, this is my dream. This is my dream. My dream is to be a professional poker player. And so I sought out to fulfill that dream. During my time as a professional poker player, I was introduced to yoga, and I was introduced to Ayurveda. It was right when I turned 28. So I fell in love with it. I fell in love with yoga. I loved yoga. I loved the feeling of it. And not long after that, I got introduced to Ayurveda, and I fell in love all over again. I fell in love with this fascinating science, and I just wanted to learn more and more and more. And just like poker, when I first got into it, I didn't think of it as a career. I just loved poker, right? I was going to college, I was doing my thing, poker was just for fun. Ayurveda was the same thing. I got into Ayurveda, I was firmly in love with Ayurveda, and it was just personal, it was just for me. I just loved reading about it. I loved learning about it, I loved talking about it, I thought about it, I did little Ayurvedic experiments in my life. I just couldn't get enough of it. So with no intention of practicing medicine at all, I studied Ayurveda passionately for about 5 years. And then it was around that time, 3 or 4 years ago, that passion developed into a calling. I felt called to practice the science of medicine that had so beautifully transformed me completely. And so that's how that transition was made.